Obi-Wan's final duel with Darth Vader in A New Hope is significant because it truly represented a critical moment of closure for both Obi-Wan and Vader. Their final confrontation signified the complete fall of Anakin Skywalker into the dark side, and also allowed Obi-Wan to finally accept that his former friend and apprentice was truly gone. With a combination of the Legends novel, The Life and Legend of Obi-Wan Kenobi, as well as the canon book, Star Wars from a Certain Point of View, in the short story titled Time of Death, which is in Obi-Wan's perspective, Obi-Wan's inner thoughts during his final duel with Vader are revealed. Let's get right into it. After Ben had deactivated the tractor beam, the old man quickly emerged and drew his lightsaber from his belt. He did not activate the blade, but held it ready, and he had a feeling he would be using it against Vader. Ever since he had first sensed Vader's presence on the Death Star, he had become increasingly certain that Vader knew he was on board. He had even allowed the possibility that Vader had let him deactivate the tractor beam, all in an effort to lure him into a trap. Obi-Wan had no fear of whatever Vader might have in store for him, but he still had to do everything in his power to make sure Luke would escape safely. If Ben failed at that task, he believed all his years on Tatooine would have been for nothing, and all would be lost. He proceeded through the corridor, but with less caution. For now, he knew he was destined to encounter Vader, and that would be their final reunion. Ben was still clutching his lightsaber when he reached an access tunnel that led back to Docking Bay 327. As he entered the tunnel, he saw a tall, shadowy form at the tunnel's other end. Even if Ben had never seen Darth Vader's cybernetic armor via a holonet broadcast on Tatooine, he still would have sensed the power of his former apprentice, Anakin Skywalker, now concealed within black armor. Vader was waiting for me in the corridor ahead, standing in silence, his lightsaber already pulsing red. He knew I was coming, that I was on board his engine of destruction. Does he know what I've done? Have all my efforts been for nothing? Why won't he say anything? As motionless as a statue. 19 years since I left him to die. 19 years of reliving his corruption every night in my dreams. What does he look like under that mask? What does he see through those red lenses? A friend? An enemy? A relic? He appears so calm, so controlled, but I can feel his rage seething through his armor. His fury threatens to overwhelm him, just as it always did, but he keeps it in check. I can't help be but impressed. Palpatine has taught my former Padawan well. I can only imagine the poison that has spilled from Palpatine's lips since Mustafar. I always knew this day would come. I just didn't know where or when. I certainly never imagined it would be in a place like this, on a planet killer, the like of which the galaxy has never seen. A million voices cry out as one, washing over me, their pain my own. Finally, Vader steps forward to meet me. My lightsaber ignites, the vibration of the power cell rising up my arm. I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The voice is unrecognizable. How little of my friend is left. Another memory assaults me. A woman lying on a bed, her breath shallow. There's good in him. Did Padme really believe that? After everything Anakin had done? If she did, wouldn't she still be here? Wouldn't she have lived? What would she think of him now? No, my friend is dead. Of that I am certain. The thing in front of me is not Anakin Skywalker. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Every word is a trigger, dragging me back and forth through the years. I'm then standing on a lava bank. Is this where you left me, Darth? Or was it even earlier, when you leapt onto a speeder bike and raced into the night? When you held Padme by the throat? I feel my own anger rising, my years of training, of discipline, fading away. I barely hear what he's saying. Now I am the master. Obi-Wan replies, only a master of evil, Darth. I cannot use his real name. It would undo me, even after all this time, catching in my throat. The time for talk is at an end. This must be decided once and for all. I strike first, our lightsabers flaring as they clash. I sweep down, and he blocks, anticipating the attack. Our blades hold, energy fields discharging as they grind against each other. I see my face distorted in the reflective surface of his helmet. Old, tired, nearing the end. He's holding back, testing my limits. Vader wants to know how time has diminished my abilities. I'm doing the same with him, exploring whether cybernetic joints move as smoothly as muscle honed from years of training. Perhaps we are more alike than I care to think. Now he takes control, the blows coming faster and harder. I'm forced to duck, his lightsaber tracing a gleaming line down the metal wall. Your power is a weak, old man. Our lightsabers clash again. I try to push forward, only to be thrust violently back. It's like striking iron. There's no give in Vader's arms, and far too much in mine. You can't win, Darth. He barely reacts to the jibe, knowing all too well that I am aiming to provoke him, to turn his anger against himself. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. My lightsaber dances through the air, my surroundings changing, flickering back and forth as Vader's form shifted before. I block and parry, attack and retreat. Vader is too strong. The fight is against me twice over. You should not have come back, Vader tells me. My resources are depleted. My body screaming with pain. I have no hope of winning this fight. He lunges at me. Slash and counter slash. Stab and riposte. The air is thick with plasma discharge. Lights dancing on the edge of my vision. I'm forced back, muscles burning, breath ragged. The grip of my lightsaber is slick in my hands, my ears ringing. Luke is near. I can feel him and pray that Vader cannot. I've so much to teach the boy, so much to share. Why did I listen to Owen? Why did I wait so long? Now it's too late. There's no way to prepare Luke for what is to come. I'm leaving him with a smuggler and a Wookiee. Even if by some miracle they found Leia, what can they do? They're barely more than children. The rebellion is not prepared for a weapon of this magnitude. No one is. And it's all my fault. I have failed Luke again. I can't hold on. It is over. Ben? Luke's cry echoes across the landing bay. There he is, watching us fight. The open hatch of the freighter behind him. He knows full well that I cannot win. He is frozen with shock, unsure what to do. But that won't last long. Soon the spell will be broken, and he will come running. Those brave, defiant eyes will be cut down in a blaze of trooper fire. He needs more than a toy fighter this time. He needs to escape, to save himself, not me. Go to him. The voice in my head is louder than it has been for years. It was Qui-Gon Jinn. Yes, Master, Obi-Wan replies. I am an old man. Even if I tried, I couldn't outrun a blaster shot. Not anymore. I would never make it to Luke's side in time to save him. This is where we came in. I glance back at Vader and smile. I cannot even begin to imagine what he makes of that. It doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is Luke. I straighten my back, closing my eyes as I raise my saber in front of me. I don't see the blade sweeping through the air. I barely even hear its whine. I imagine Luke, cross-legged in the sand on Tatooine, playing with a wooden Corvette. Ben, no. Luke cries out again, consumed with grief. I see everything at once. The blaster in his hand, Solo taking out stormtroopers, Leia calling his name. The troopers advance, gun raised. If Luke stays, he will die. If he fights, he will die. I didn't let that happen before, and I won't let it happen now. I whisper the words I spoke when he was a child, words I know that only he will hear. Run, Luke, run. And he does. Luke Skywalker runs and doesn't stop, and I am at his side. From this moment, he will never be alone. He will learn, and he will grow. I will guide him every step of the way. We have all the time we need. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, please like and subscribe. And remember, the Force will be with you always.